Understand, building powerful cognitions in your being manifests as powers. Every line, every word in Jivan Mukti book manifests powerful cognitions in you. I tell you, the moment you decide even to function on one powerful cognition, I am not asking you to have faith on it. No. Deciding to be integrated. For example, there is a big difference between faith and integrity. Faith means, oh, I'll start believing. I don't know whether it is right, wrong, truth. I'll try to believe. Faith. Integrity means somebody whom I trust, who will always do only good to me, has given me this understanding. Till I understand, let me work on it. Understand, patience with yourself is hope. Patience with human beings is love. Patience with the powerful cognitions is integrity. Every word in that book is powerful cognition. Go on playing with it. I tell you. How in the last Mahasada Shivoham I gave this one powerful cognition. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all three are one and the same. There is no separation between these three. Static matter, dynamic activity, strategic existence, all three are one and the same. With this declaration, powerful cognition, when you generate a will persistence, it manifests as powers. Every single word in this book is a powerful cognition. Take it, apply it in your inner space and manifest it. You will see you manifest powers left and right. Jivan Mukti is not just enlightening you, it is empowering you. Understand, the book does enlightening and empowering. Every single word is powerful cognition. Start manifesting them in your inner space. You will manifest powers. The book is not given to you just to give buddhi to you. It is given to you to give buddhi and shakti. It's given to you to have powerful cognitions and powers. Understand? powerful cognitions are equivalent to God in Hindu tradition. That is why the Vedas are worshipped as gods. Powerful cognitions are worshipped as gods and goddesses in Hindu tradition. Gita is worshipped as goddess. There are many Gita mandirs all over the India. In Haridwar there is a big Gita mandir which belongs to Mahanirvani Akada, where Gita is worshipped as the deity with 4 hands holding the Gita book. We will make a deity for Jivan Mukti. We are Hindus, we are very colorful people. We make deities, we make gods, and we celebrate. We enjoy visualizations. We are a for-life, pro-life people. A pro-life person enjoys visualization. He enjoys life, enjoys art. We don't grab and convert. You need to know all the temple signs in Hindu tradition, whether the Sthapatya Veda or Agama or Shaktagama or Vaishnavagamas, all of them ban building any temple or worship structure on a land in which some other structure existed. So, grabbing and building temple is banned in Hindu tradition. No Hindu worship place is built on grabbing somebody else's worship place. Forget about somebody else's worship place. It cannot be built on grabbing some other structure. We are creators, not grabbers. Somebody was questioning me. Oh, there are many temples built on grabbed land. No, you can't. Agama does not allow. We neither built nor our scriptures agree. Understand? Jivan Mukti is the most powerful superconscious based software for modern day human beings to manifest powerful cognitions and powers. Every thought current expressed in that, every idea expressed in that is rooted in Vedas and Agamas. Understand? The methodology of teaching in Hinduism is 4-step. First, Shastra Pramana. The truth should be established in Vedas and Agamas. Shastra. Second, Apta Pramana. Great masters, incarnations, enlightened beings like Rama, Krishna, all those masters, rishis, aptas, Sabda rishis, all those great beings should have applied that science and given their testimony, their input. That's called apta pramana. And the person who is teaching, the guru himself, should have applied and experienced it as atma pramana. Only then it will become sakshi pramana for you as a reality. Shastra pramana from the Vedas and Agamas, apta pramana, the people who applied this science earlier and manifested it, their words and experiences, teachings, and the Guru who is teaching you, his own experience, atma pramana. Only if all these three are in tune, it will become sakshi pramana for you. Understand, people who claim they have atma pramana but they don't care about the shastra pramana and apta pramana, they are dangerous. No. Hinduism does not allow any atma pramana to be shared with the world for everyone unless it stands the test, scrutiny, acid wash of shastra pramana and apta pramana. Understand? Atma pramanas are good for me, my experience good for me, but only if it stands the scrutiny and acid wash of shastra pramana and apta pramana. It is useful for the whole world. It can be shared with the whole world. This book, Jivan Mukti, Living Enlightenment, is my Atma Pramana, which stands the scrutiny, acid wash of Shastra Pramana and Apta Pramana. So I am sharing with the whole world. It will be useful for all of you. It can become your Sakshi Pramana. This science is basically from the core thought current of the superconscious space, what we call para. Brahmanas call Parabrahma, Vaishnavites call Paramapadam, Shaivites call Parashivam, Shaktas call Parashakti. The space of para, ultimate. Based on that superconscious space, based on that state operating, manifesting powerful cognitions and manifesting powers, is living the life of Jivan Mukti, Sada Shivatva. each thought current either manifests power or powerlessness in you. If it manifests powerlessness, we call that as negative thought current. If it manifests powers in you, we call it powerful cognitions. Understand, powerful cognitions always break the physics of the matter and makes your reality which is beyond matter. That is what we call miracles or power manifestation. This book, every word in this book is a powerful cognition which can manifest powers. We have this book translated in multiple languages. Soon I'll reveal this book in sloka form in Tamil and Sanskrit. I am not a poet in Sanskrit, but I can compose verses. That much I can manage. Maybe before the next Jivan Mukti Jayanti, 10th year, you will have Sanskrit verse form of Jivan Mukti. In the form of sutras, so for generations, people can go on writing bhashyas, vartikas, tikas. There is so much to tell about this Jivan Mukti. This one word, take this as the essence of whatever I want to say about this book. Every day, spend 21 minutes with the powerful cognitions expressed in this book. I guarantee within 1 year you will manifest powerful cognitions and powers. You will be enlightened and empowered. Every day 21 minutes to the powerful cognitions in this book. That's all I'm asking. In a year, you will manifest the state of enlightenment and space of enlightenment and powers of enlightenment. the state of Mahasadashiva, space of Mahasadashiva, powers of Mahasadashiva. Yes, it is time for making Jivan Mukti Aushadha. Understand the concept of Aushadha. In Hindu tradition, thought current or a powerful cognition can be infused into matter and it can be shared with you all. So now, all the powerful cognitions manifested in this Jivan Mukti book, I am adding them into the Aushadha, matter. Understand, it is a very powerful science our ancient Hindu masters have developed. So now I am going to make those thought currents into that matter which is called Aushadha. So even if you sit in this area silently with a receptive passive space, means do not have active inner image. Just sit with a passive inner image. These powerful cognitions can get into your system. The mirroring of the neuron can happen. These powerful cognitions can become your experience and you can manifest powers. That's all is the whole process of Aushadha. And let me start. Sit with a passive inner image, a deep passions and silence. So these powerful cognitions from Jivan Mukti can enter into your being and manifest as powers.